おはようございます。昨日はですね、少し、地球の時差のために、どうしても、4月8日12時に、同時瞑想を行いましたけれども、シャスタ山の方のですね、朝ラさんの生配信は、時差の関係で今日ですね、10時から、それからですね、不安定再生をします。はい。先ほどですね、タイムリーな出来事がありましてですね、The One Soul というプロジェクト、国内のですね、骨末体を推進していらっしゃる伊藤直美さんという大先生にですね、Facebook から、急に私がアクセスしてですね、すっかり3期生ですね、骨末体3期生にエントリーしたばっかりでございます。今後ものすごいですね、その日本人のですね、歴史と私たち体内に秘められたですね、魂とつながった力ですね、ご紹介していきたいと思います。で、3月にはね、今4月なんですけど、国内のですね、カタカムな信仰をなさってらっしゃる代表の横谷さんっていう方とお知り合いになりまして、そちらのですね、動画や、講義ですね、つづら折り法っていう講義が毎日ですね、YouTube で配信されております。そちらもですね、していただくと、すごく今後の生きていく使命やら、充実した生活を送っていけると思われます。ご自分で感じ取っていただいてですね、私も、同じです。一緒に感じ取っていきたいと思います。宗務意識、今まではですね、少しマインドされてましたので、だいぶ利用されてましたけれども、いい意味ですね、私もライトワーカーですので、光の存在としてですね、プレアデス、アルクトゥース、宇宙の存在ともつながりを持っております。それで、ヒーリングのおかげですね、引き寄せることができました。で、カタカムナのサルタヒコさんと、私も、メンバーの中では、マスネヒコを名乗らせていただいております。縄文時代のですね、高度な文明を復活してくださっております。それから、その後にお知り合いになった伊藤直美代表も、骨末体の方からですね、縄文文明を復活させていただいております。で、私もエントリーしております。ちょっと欲張りかもしれませんけれども、骨末体とカタカムナに時代のですね、というか、時の差はあれども、同じ縄文時代ですね。同じ縄文時代の文明です。日本から発信、もう一度発信するときが、ちょうど私がこの生きている時代に来るとは、夢にも思っておりませんでしたので、本当に一つにつながっていると実感する今日この頃です。で、あと3分ほどでですね、シャスタさんのですね、生ライブをですね、ズーム画面からですね、こちらからお届けしようと思います。でですね、おそらくお昼ぐらいまで続くんですけれども、どうしてもですね、私事でですね、 中学生の息子をですね、迎えに行かなくてはいけない都合上ですね、45分間の出会いとさせていただいて、その後も続くんですけれども、そちらのズームはですね、実際に今度、シャスタのメンバーになってもらってですね、アクセス方法は、この動画を載せるブログですね、ある白い同胞団のブログにですね、しっかりとアクセス方法を載せますので、そのシャスタの方のアトランティスグループですね、こちらは海外のグループですけれども、こちらももう8年ぐらい前からですね、もう活動されておりまして、私が知り合ったのは3年、もう4年目ですね、ぐらいの話になります。で、ずっと私もそのアトランティスグループの中で情報を発信してですね、フラワーオブライフ瞑想ではですね、PFC ジャパンさんっていうグループさんが活動しておりますが、サブでですね、お手伝いさせていただいて、拡散している状況になります。で、私自身は海外のコブラのメンバーになってはいます。そのように、どんどんですね、今、光の存在とつながってまして、すごい頼もしい時代がやってきたなと思う次第です。相変わらずですね、3次元の、そうですね、もうチャクラをブロックしている方々はですね、どうしてもコロナですね、変異株とかっていうのを作り上げて報道をなさっているようですけれども、しっかりとですね、国際的にはですね、トランプ大統領がですね、世界の金融のトップに今なっておられましてですね、ケセラ発動してあります。でもロシアは参加しておりますし、中国も最近参加しましたし、ミャンマーも暴動の中発動しております。日本も発動はされているんですけれども、一生懸命ですね、抵抗されている金融関係の方が裏にいるようです。まだはっきりとはですね、現れてはいませんけれども、ちらちらとですね、バンクとか、みずほ銀行さんとかがコンピューターにアクセスされて、今ちょうどライブ入りましたので、ライブをお届けしたいと思います。おはようございます。今ちょっとチャット出ますので、シャスタさんにすみません。ご挨拶します。ヒーリングも途中行います。いいメンバー。 ちらですね。向かって、右側がシャスタさん、大祭司アサラ・アダムさん、向かって左側、シカ・テロス・シャンバラですね、の長です。ギャラクティックメンバーといいまして、プレアです。それからアルクトゥース。
or state, sometimes they call it here in the US, we like to say the state as well, and to just see the light lighting up all around the world. So let's get started. Take it away.
約月に一度ほどですね、大きなイベントありまして、シャスタで、ヒーリングを行っています。で、まもなくこちらでヒーリングも始まるんです。ちょっと固定してないのは残念なんですけど、こちらをお届けします。
That's wonderful. Welcome, Elisa.
We have Fawn joining us from Nevada. Hi, Fawn. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for being with us today.
And right after is Kai from San Leandro, California. Wonderful. And then we have we can't read the name because it's in Japanese, but there is some English here, and it says good morning. So much love. Katakamuna DP. And, he's a member or she's a member for a while. Welcome from Japan.
Thank you for joining us all the way from Japan. Good morning. To you as well.
Yes.
Is it the morning before or the morning after?
I think ahead. So it's tomorrow in Japan already. You're coming from the future to us.
Joining us from the future.
That's beautiful. All right. We have Switzerian from Delta, British Columbia, in Canada.
And we have Laurel Ann from Central Texas, the great state of Texas. Thanks for being with us. We have Stephen from Mariposa, California. Thanks for being with us, Stephen.
We have Pascal from Montreal. Welcome, Pascal. And
my sound is all the way up, but it sounds like whispers.
I hope you guys can hear us already.
Anybody else having sound problems, or is it just one instance?
皆さんに届いているですね、チャットを読んでもらってまして、先ほど、高村ティーチャーって言ってくださいましたね。
Amanda from Florida. And then we have a Golden from Sweden, Gothenburg. We have a Carrie from Vegas with her mom-in-law, Fran, for the first time. Welcome, Fran.
Welcome, Fran.
All right. We have a Ben from Memphis, Tennessee.
We have Cindy from the Pines in Colorado. Welcome, Cindy. Thanks for being with us. And we also have from, this one always gets me, Midlothian?
Maybe?
Yes.
Midlothian,
Virginia.
Originally from Singapore. Welcome.
Wonderful.
Yes. Beautiful.
We have Daniel joining us from Yuba City, California. Welcome.
Serena from San Francisco.
And we have Yossi joining us from New York City, New York. Wonderful. Holding the light in New York. Beautiful.
We have Susie from Roseburg, Oregon.
And we have the famous from Mount Shasta, California, Ann Keller joining us. Ann, hope you're doing well. It's great to have you with us and hope to see you soon around town here.
So we have Nancy, hello from, and then she got cut off, so maybe she wants to try again to type in where she's joining us from. We have Lisbeth, also from Sweden, with love. That's beautiful. And right next door is Jenny from Denmark joining us. Nancy is joining us from Ohio. Wonderful. Welcome. So we have a confirmation that the audio is fine, so that's good. Must be with
So if you're having a little speaker problem, just maybe the speakers on your computer you can turn up, but it seems like everybody else is fine with the audio, so we're gonna just move on.
We hope let's send blessings.
Yes.
We have Joanne also from Manchester, some locals here. John from Queens, New York City.
We have Steve joining us from Chicago. Wonderful, getting a lot of the states covered in light tonight, so that's great.
We have Marie-Michelle from Quebec, Canada. We have David from Florida. Beautiful. The planet is lighting up with wonderful, wonderful beacons of light, all of you. We're always happy to connect with all of you and to have you join us here for this galactic broadcast. This is one of my favorite topics, really, in how to assist you, how to make galactic contact. And this is an ongoing process, and it is ever evolving. And so I really was guided also by the Galactic Council to just go into this subject again so that the connection can be established even further beyond channeling the galactic team through me. And this is also some form of contact, but of course we want you to have your individual contact with your galactic family of light. And we have more people joining in. We have David from the Netherlands joining us. Welcome, David. So if anybody else perhaps wants to assist Alita here in the chat room, that would be wonderful, because we don't quite know what we could suggest. We have Dragos coming in from Ottawa, Ontario, also fashionably late. Beautiful. So we're happy to have you all here. I need to just mention a quick little legal disclaimer, which is this broadcast is not intended to give medical, legal, or financial advice. Please seek out a professional. So this broadcast is going to be just a little bit different. Doug and I, we will talk with you a little bit more about how to facilitate galactic contact, some experiences, and most importantly, the 3 activators that are really dormant within you, that we're here to reawaken together with you. So this is going to be a wonderful interaction today. And at the end of the broadcast, we have, as always, our decree of the month, and this time it is for making galactic contact. So that is what we have in store for you. But first, let's begin by creating sacred space. And for that, I would like for you to simply place your hand on your heart center. We now invite, with all our heart, all our love, and all our appreciation, the presence of our beloved Palladian, Syrian, Arcturian Council of Light, beloved Adama of Telos, and all our Telosian families and friends, beloved Archangel Michael, and all the angels and archangels, beloved Master Saint Germain, and all the Ascended Masters, the fairies, the unicorns, the dragons of light, the elementals, the plant kingdom, the trees, the crystal kingdom, and all those who walk with us and watch over us. And may this gathering here today be of the highest light, the highest love, the highest inspiration, the highest wisdom, and the highest good of all that is. So be it. All right. So let's talk a little bit about galactic contact. And galactic contact really happens in so many different ways, and we'll get a little bit more into detail about that. And I receive emails almost every week from people asking about how can I make galactic contact? How can I have galactic experiences? How can I have more clear galactic experiences? And it's always interesting to me that the question is always, how can I make galactic contact? But I rarely actually also hear why, or what is the reason for wanting to make galactic contact. Which brings us to the first activator. When we have an important reason or reasons in general, or we just feel in our heart how important it is for us to make galactic contact, that by itself activates, it sends out a signal to our galactic families. So the reason why we want to make galactic contact, that question is the first thing that we want to do. Really asking ourselves, why do we have this longing, and why do we feel so compelled to initiate galactic contact with our galactic families of light? And some have perhaps just an inner knowing, and some know very clearly why they are so driven to make galactic contact. And that is a wonderful thing. And I would like to take a moment with all of you to generate the energies for the why. So the reasons why are very powerful for anything in life that we're trying to create. When we have a strong why, it really generates a lot of energy and a lot of positive components that are assisting us in making things happen, really. So the question why, that is something that we want to look at first. And I invite you to perhaps share here in the chat box, what is your reason why you feel compelled to make galactic contact with your galactic families of light? And if you don't know a reason, perhaps we can give you a couple inspirations. So some of the reasons could be that perhaps you know that there is great assistance available from your galactic family of light. Perhaps you are a healer, or you are here to help the planet in some way. Maybe you think that perhaps new technologies could be received by our galactic families of light. As so many technology drops, so to speak, have been received by us, by those who are able to actually bring it forth. Healing modalities, like I said, wisdom, maybe assistance for ascension also, maybe clearing energies. Here's a share, for example, my heart and being knows there's something more and then it was cut off. Sometimes when you hit the return button too soon, it cuts off your comment. One share is, I'm in love with this galaxy. It's really sweet.
Very nice galaxy we have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can share perhaps one of my reasons why I really love making this connection with my galactic family of light, which is so that I'm able to bring forth more wisdom and more information to my tribe. I always ask the Galactic Council, what would you like for this tribe to know? What would you like for these wonderful people who are connecting here? What would help them the most right now? And so some of you are maybe also channelers or teachers, spiritual teachers, or just want to improve their lives, have a release of energies, or and so forth. So, wow, we have a lot of shares here right now. Feel a great connection. Jarvis did the Joker. Very milky galaxy. I'm seeking contact for co-creation, assistance for my service work for humanity as a coach and for healing. Yep. So a lot of healers are receiving powerful tools and techniques and energies from the galactic beings of light to help us to just improve all areas of our lives, our physical bodies, emotional bodies, mental bodies, and spiritual bodies.
We won't get into it, but milk's not a good source of calcium.
At least cow's milk. All right, next is I'm worried that we need Ascended Master's advice on how to speak with our oceans and want them to survive? Can you give us advice on how to help them? So this is not necessarily the question portion. So perhaps we can address that later to the Galactic Council, I think. Because right now we just want to perhaps share with others what is our reason to connect with the Galactic. Maybe it is not a question. Maybe it is, maybe you would receive information for the oceans from the Galactic Council. Maybe that's your reason for asking for contact. Sorry, I just realized. So maybe that's your reason for connecting with the galactic beings of light. Beautiful.
Right, and just on that note, I think in general it's important to remember that the Ascended Masters and the galactic beings are all connected. They're all in the same dimension, so to speak, or in the upper dimensions, we'll just say that. So they're all very much in collaboration and communication with each other. And, you know, an Ascended Master may just be that they had lives here. For instance, Saint Germain, we'll use him as an example, had many lives on planet Earth. But that being said, they're all very much working together in collaboration.
Yep, very true. That's why we're also always calling in all the Ascended Masters, all the angels, all the, just cosmic beings in general, because they're all up there in the higher realms and they're here to assist us.
And something else to keep in mind too, Ascended Masters didn't begin their journey on Earth either. So Ascended Masters are galactic beings as well.
Yes.
And no one really started on Earth. We all came from the stars, from galactic realms, from different galactic civilizations. So even Ascended Masters are galactic beings that had several human lives on Earth, made the ascension, and now are Earth Ascended Masters. But their origins are galactic, as is all beings of light. So
excellent point.
Yeah, I'm sure many of you have. It's just good to keep that in mind.
Yeah, awesome. So another share is, I'm a healer and I feel I can develop myself better with their assistance to help and serve in love. Beautiful. Really. Keeping on track for ascension, staying on the highest timeline, that's awesome. That's a very nice way of putting it, really. They are absolutely here to help us in our ascension and to stay on the highest timeline. I love that. That's perfect. To receive information for healing myself and others. That's beautiful. Galactic Contact helps with healing and with the perception that we are all connected instead of feeling separated. It also helps me getting my vibrations higher. Beautiful, beautiful share. And then we have another share here. I simply want to thank you to the Galactic Council, to the Arcturian Council for all the love and assistance and the unflagging support. Lots of support. I mean, there's just so much support and assistance available from our galactic families of light. Yeah.
And I think too, in general, one thing for me, there's many, but I think in general, our interest and our love going to our galactic families of light is of great assistance to them, because the more interest, the more attention that's flowing to them, the more go signals they get, if you will, the more energy there is that is generated for their presence. Because as we know, we're kind of in a somewhat of a free will system here, and so the more people that are calling to them and wanting their presence, it almost gives them more ability or more energy to come forth in a sense.
Absolutely. So they only work on a permission basis. So they are not allowed to come forth if we don't ask for it. Maybe on a soul level that we keep asking them without actually being aware of it, or really consciously asking for their help. So,
and they're tuning in with us too, on more, I guess you could say, etheric levels to get a gauge of where we're at with their presence. And so when we have positive groups and broadcasts such as this, it kind of adds to the positive perspective for them versus, well, I don't want to get into that. We can talk about that later. I know you're touching that. So we'll just continue on. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
We're both very passionate about this subject. Yeah. So we share here on a non-joking but upbeat tune. I want to give a shout out and express my appreciation to the Arcturian medical team for helping me with various roadblocks over time. Yes, absolutely.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
Really?
Yeah, so the Victorians are definitely known for their medical team, for their healings. I have personally experienced some very profound healings physically by this team, and it's very, very powerful. The Palladians are more for increasing our capacity for love, and the Syrians are more for technologies and sound frequencies, sacred geometry. And of course, maybe those are the right ones by the oceans, of course. They also really very much with the dolphins and the whales.
But they all do have the ability to heal and work with us.
Yes, they do.
Because I've had that experience with Palladians as well.
That's very true.
You know? So,
Yes.
while there is, I think that that's absolutely spot on, that they're more designated to certain aspects, but they all really have the ability to work with us on all levels and healing.
Yeah. We have more healers here. When I saying I'm asking to connect is I know I'm a healer and would greatly appreciate guidance. So yeah, guidance in regards to that, they are so available for that and they are really here for you. Another share is I've been getting activations but still feel naive in understanding how to use them. Yes, so the activations that we're receiving, I think our human mind can only understand so much in what is actually being activated. I have the impression that these activations, they unfold over time more and more, and they process more and more over time. So I think you can really relax when you do receive an activation. Know that that your higher self is kind of managing an activation and make sure that it activates always to the perfect level and to the perfect degree, so that you are easily can integrate it and really implement everything that you're receiving.
Yeah, and a lot of it's subtle too. Just for instance, you know, let's say that the light quotient in our cells, goes up a small percent. We're really going to notice that, from a human perspective, probably not, but that doesn't mean that
こちら
we're
の
not
アサラダムス
holding more
シャスタ山のですね、大祭司です。
life is coming to us,
向か
those
って
activations that are coming
左
to
側
us.
が
Keep in
地
mind
下
that
シャン
these
バラテロスの
activations, they're very subtle over a
リー
long
ダーですね。
period of time for many
からの
reasons. One is
動画
that
に
we
なってお
couldn't
りま
take
す。
it if it was a huge
これ
amount
は
at one
ズームで
time.
すね。
So
ライ
it's
ブ配
almost like
信
a
になり
drip,
ます。
right? And so you don't notice a drip,
パワーを受け
every
取ってくだ
drop,
さ
so
い
to。speak.
宇宙の
But
パワ
over
ーで
time,
す。
that starts to
日
accumulate,
本
and
の
you
パワーは富士山から
realize it over
来て
time.
おり
So
ます。
you may not notice every little activation or every little experience that's happening to you, but and some are bigger than others too. Some you feel,
Some have like pow.
right? But I think there's a constant slow drip coming from them, especially if we're in contact and we're asking for it in our sleep time, and we'll get more into that in a bit.
Yep. Okay, here we go. I know I
今
would
ですね、
be
チ
most
ャッ
comfortable with this loving presence and
ズームに
simply
送
be
られ
at
てきて
ease
る
with the sacredness,
メンバー
knowledge of the truth
チャ
of
ッ
their
トで
presence.
一つずつ読んでる状況になっておりま
Another great share here is I have a great longing
す。で
to be
動画
home
の
and to bring the
配
information
信にあ
of
たっ
that
て
home
一
to
応
earth.
翻訳
That is a
入れ
really
る
nice
つもり
way of
で
putting
す。
that.
Yeah, very nice, Earl, because I think, that probably checks a lot of boxes or checks the box for a lot of us, or is one of our boxes, I should say, because we do have this innate feeling or longing for home, as Earl put perfectly, and so we have this natural kind of attraction to the galactic realms, even if we're not even sure why, and it is because we do have a remembrance, even if it's more on a soul level or on an intuitive level, and that we're drawn to that because it is our home, and we do have that memory within us. Whether how consciously we remembered or not, that's all kind of part of the journey and what we're talking about here today.
Yep.
So very nicely put. I think that's a great point. And I think that we all have that. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't be on this broadcast if there wasn't that longing.
Very true. Another one is all of the above, but more specifically help with advanced technology.
まだまだライブは続いています。おそらく後半ですね。ちょっと動画放送の私の都合上ですね。この辺になるんですけれど、とまたですね、完全版とか皆さんにお届けしたいと思います。今日は本当にありがとうございます。それからですね、四方の祭壇の作り方ですね。後日、ブログに載せたいと思っております。途中ですけれど、本日はどうもありがとうございます。私は、までお迎えに行く途中イヤホンで聞きながらライブを楽しみたいと思います。つながってますので、皆さんご安心ください。それから、Twitter、ブログ、Facebook のテロップが出てしまっていることをお詫びしたいと思います。本日はありがとうございます。ナマステ。
That is the absolute law. That's the law for them. That is the biggest, most enforced law